And we should be recording now, and we are. This is Frank, and today I'm going to be your host. And we have some of the underwriters on the call with us today, and we may go ahead and ask them to say a few words. Nikki has always, like she always does, she's come through for me, and she's given us some material to work with. And I'm going to be showing you what Nikki's done. Just by way of housekeeping, make sure you mute yourself, and to avoid any embarrassing moments, make sure your camera is turned off so that we don't see you when you think nobody's watching you. Um, it gets very embarrassing. So anyone who has well, I see Rosalind, so I'm going to mute Rosalind, and I see Glenn, and I'm going to mute Glenn. I see somebody dialed in on a phone. I'm going to mute that person. If you're on a phone, *6 is how you mute. If you're dialed in, you just hit the little microphone button. Okay. So we look like we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started. I do have somebody still background noise. Is that you, Kathy?
No, that's Herb.
That's who?
Herb Cash, whoever that. Oh, he just unmuted. Kathy just unmuted.
Okay. All right. Okay. We got want to mute and Nikki.
There. I'll mute myself.
Okay, good. All right. All right. And the reason I do this is because I'm getting really distracted. When I get distracted, I have a hard time focusing. I don't do this by script. So anyone asks me, could you send me the script so I can do this too? The answer is no, because I don't have a script. I don't go by script. So please make sure you mute yourself to go easy on me. And again, to avoid embarrassing moments, make sure your camera is shut off, because we have seen some doozies. And we just don't want to, and we're recording this, and I'm putting them up on YouTube. So if you want to go back and find some of these older videos, they are going to be on YouTube, so you can go back and refer to them over and over again. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get going. And we need to create a sense of urgency. I'm going to try my best today to create a sense of urgency among all of the agents, the pro agents, and even the underwriters. We need a sense of urgency. Right now, the real estate market is on fire. Everywhere you go, where you least expect it, like Alabama and Ohio and Massachusetts and places where you wouldn't expect the real estate market to be on fire, it is. And if you've been following real estate as many years as I have, you know that it's cyclical, it cycles, and it comes up and goes down, it comes up and goes down. So you don't want to jump on board the real estate train on the way down. It's on the way up, and it is on fire right now. Everybody, you need to get on board. Are you getting your fair share of it? Are you getting your fair share of the real estate market that's on fire right now? If not, when are you going to take action? This is the time to take action. When it's cycling up is the time to jump on board, not when it's cycling down. This is the perfect timing. This is perfect timing for you. When are you going to grab your fair share of the real estate funding boom? A lot of guys are out there, girls too. They're out there, they're not submitting deals. They're not submitting the real estate deals. And that is a crying shame, because we have programs that nobody else has. The easiest way to get used to the water in a pool is to jump in. So I'm asking everybody to just go ahead and jump in. Before I go too much further, is everyone seeing my screen?
Yes.
Great.
I can.
Thank you. All right. So the fastest way to get involved in a real estate funding is to immerse yourself in it. So where is the pool? Well, I'll tell you where it's not. It's not on your couch. It's not on your TV. It's not in life's little dramas. And it's not at your job. The pool is alive and well at the RIA group meetings. Somebody needs to mute themselves. Please be polite and mute yourself. *6 if you're on the phone. I love all my underwriters, ladies and one gentleman equally. They have all worked very hard to become certified underwriters for you. These ladies and one gentleman have worked really hard. They've gone through an extensive training course so that they can be certified to be dedicated underwriters for you. You need to use them. You need to work with them. You need to build a rapport with your underwriter. They are going to be your very best friend because they're going to be the ones that are going to be pulling your deals over the finish line. Nobody gets paid until the deal gets closed. We can have all the deals in the world, but if we don't get them over the finish line, nobody eats. And we like to eat. All right. But this is tough love now. So I'm going to get some tough love. I hope everybody still loves me after this call. We had to put on our big boy and girl pants and get involved. I'm telling you, we have to get involved. No more procrastination, no more preparing, no more gathering information, no more learning what you don't know. You'll know what you don't know, sure, quick enough, and you'll learn it quick enough. If you jump in the pool, get involved, and get out and do the things I'm asking you to do. I did a Google search for REIA, R-E-I-A, REIA meetings in North Carolina. The Google search looked like this. Results for your Google search, about 81,800. And the results took 0.79 seconds. Not even 1 second. Not even 1 second. Came up with 81,800 hits on, I'm going to go back, REIA, R-E-I-A, Real Estate Investment Association, meeting in wherever you live. I did it in North Carolina because that's where I live. Wherever you live. Just put that in, whether it's the state or whether it's the city, however big a circle you want to make. Put that in the Google search, and this is what you'll pop up with. In less than a second, you'll come up with as many hits as, I don't know if you'll hit 81,800. That's what I hit. And this is one of them. Charlotte REIA monthly meeting. This from North Carolina Real Estate Investing in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is our main Charlotte REIA meeting for the month. So don't miss it. 77 Central Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, as we host the intimate gathering with local real estate pros. This is what I'm talking about. They all advertise now. They all have websites now. So you can go up and see these websites and find out more information about them. This particular one says, if you look at the fine print, after the conclusion of the Charlotte REIA meeting, we will reconvene at Chili's Grill and Bar in the Arboretum, located at 8136 Providence Road in Charlotte, North Carolina. Guys, for all the years that I went to these REIA groups when I lived in Massachusetts and other places, that's what they always do. The pros, they'll get a big room full of people, and then the really dedicated people will go meet in another room and have hamburgers, fries, a beer, whatever. I don't drink, so I didn't have the beer, but they always have a meeting afterwards. If you go to the main meeting, you're going to get a bunch of people who are interested in doing it. But if you go to the meeting after the meeting, that's when you find the real dyed-in-the-wool, honest-to-God people who really want to do business, and they're dead serious about it. Those are the people you'll see in the after meetings. Another one I come up with was Triad REIA. Triad is an area in North Carolina, and this says it's an educational networking for real estate investors in North Carolina. It's a lunch meeting. I held from 11:45 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. in Greensboro and Winston-Salem. Well, what does 11:45 to 1:30 p.m. tell you? These guys are professionals. They're not at their job, their job. These people are serious about real estate investing. This is their job. If they can go from 11:45 to 1:30 in Greensboro or any state, you'll see this all the time. When you do that search, like I told you about, you'll see it. Now get with your underwriters, because I'm also instructed your underwriters, your dedicated underwriters, I've instructed them to work with you and help you set these things up. Okay, now we know where to find the REIA groups. So what do I say when I call them up? It's just a conversation that you'd have with anyone in an elevator. Hi, I'm Frank, Mary, Kathy, Nikki, and I'm with Easy Financial Group LLC, and I would like to present to your group some of the exclusive financial instruments that we're offering. Exclusive, I mean, doesn't everyone do loans? Well, yeah, but we do special ones. We do things that no other company is doing. So let me ask you, what if? And then go ahead and ask the what if questions. You know what they are. I've been asking the what if questions for the last 6 months. What if there was a way real estate investors could be funded before they found the property? Sort of like having working capital. And what if, when they found that deal of the century, which comes along about every week, they could get it 100% funded? And what if they could also get 100% of the rehab costs funded? And what if they could get the marketing money to advertise the property in an upscale magazine like Homes and Gardens and get absolute highest dollar for it? The real estate investor would think they died and went to real estate heaven. And they have. So if you ask these what if questions, you're not talking down to anyone. You're not challenging anyone's intelligence. You're just asking a what if question. And if in their mind they're saying, oh my God, that would be fantastic, to each one of the what ifs, when you get to the end and they say, once they tell you that no one on the planet is doing that, then you can say, that's why I want to do a presentation to your group. Now you've got their attention. In addition to that, everyone will be given a free credit report. Well, people love a free credit report. People love anything that's free. So you might go on to say, I see on your website, your meetings are at whatever the date is. Can you schedule me for a 10-minute presentation then? Well, no, we already have someone scheduled to talk about termites and infestation. That's okay. I'll only take 10 minutes to do my presentation, and I'm sure you guys will love what I have to say. So how about 10 minutes on your next meeting? 10 minutes is not much. They mill around talking with each other for 10 minutes, more like 20 or 30 minutes. They just jabber around. So 10 minutes is actually nothing. And you can do this whole presentation in 10 minutes. Your members will thank you for it. That's driving the nail in the coffin, because they've already agreed to it, and now they're realizing it's a logical decision, and it actually makes perfectly good sense. So when you get your invitation to a REIA group meeting, I'll give you a complete detailed procedure that you should follow. However, for now, I'm going to give you a brief overview. Most meetings are held in conference rooms at hotels such as the Holiday Inn. We suggest that you set up a table provided by the hotel just outside the door. That's important, that it's literally, as you're walking into the room, you have to walk past this table. Wherever the hallway flows, wherever the entrance to the building is, You want to be nearest the entrance side, so people must walk past your table to get into the door of the room where the event is taking place. The obvious reason, so that as they walk by, they see you, they see somebody sitting at the table. On that table, you should have some literature, such as our exclusive offers, such as our financial group exclusive 125% funding program, buy, fix, and flip, buy, fix, and hold, and commercial. When they see that, they're going to stop and they're going to say, wait a minute, nobody offers 125% funding. What do I have to do to qualify for that? Also, the credit sterilization, 14 days process to a clean credit report. Wait a minute, nobody can do that. What do I have to do to qualify for that? And then, of course, you want to have plenty of your business cards so that you can be passing your business cards out to everyone that passes by, even if they're going to the room next door about the women's sewing club meeting. You want to pass your cards out to them too, because you never know who actually can use what we have to offer. So don't be embarrassed, and don't embarrass yourself by not being prepared. Go early. I mean, way early. Like maybe if it's at 6 o'clock, you might want to show up around lunchtime and make sure your Wi-Fi works. Everything is pre-set up. Make sure it's all tested. I'm talking about Wi-Fi on your 1 or 2 laptops that you bring with you. Have a sign printed about the free credit report or about the pre-qualify for 125% funding. All it has to be is a little tabletop sign, maybe 24 inches wide by 30 inches tall, not made out of like hard cardboard. Doesn't have to be very big. When they walk past your table to get into the room, they'll see it. And if there's 1 or 2 people sitting behind that table, they're going to strike up a conversation with you before they go in. Have a second or a third person. If you're going to do the 10-minute presentation, you can have a second or a third person sitting at the table with 1 or 2 laptops, and you should be doing free credit reports. And that, of course, is simple. I don't think I have the slide for it. I think I bypassed it because I had too many slides, but it's annualcreditreport.com. It is creditchecktotal.com. It is creditkarma.com. Any one of those 3 reports will give you a free credit report. If you have one printer shared between 2 computers, you could be printing out credit reports like crazy, but also saving them to your laptop. When you save them to the laptop, you want to input the credit reports into the input leads on your agent portal, and then offer to have a free pre-qual in 24 to 48 hours. What are we doing here? Well, if you input the leads, we can have them pre-qualified for at least the unsecured business funding. And when we call people up in 24 to 48 hours and tell them, hey, Dave, you've been pre-qualified for $50,000. What do you think they're going to say? They're going to love you to death, because these are real estate investors. They're always scrambling, trying to find a dollar somewhere. And if we're able to give that dollar to them so that they can pursue their love of real estate investing, you're going to be a loved person. If you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone and master this, you will be a master of your life, of your income for life. The Buy, Fix, and Flip program is our flagship program. This is our flagship product. We start off with, of course, the working capital. We go anywhere from 50 to 100,000. My average has been 75,000. We give the acquisition capital so that they can buy the property that they finally found. The working capital comes before they found the property. The acquisition capital comes when they find the property. We'll do anywhere from $100,000 up to $5 million on various terms, anywhere from 12 to 36 months, and interest only, so they can afford to buy, fix, and flip it. The rehab capital, we're going to reimburse them up to 100% of the work that they do. And we're going to roll it into the loan so they don't have to come out of pocket to do all of the work that needs to be done to make this deal of the century into a deal of the century. The marketing capital, this is working capital, and it's used for the marketing to advertise to get the most amount of money out of the property that they're working with. Buckle up, Buttercup. You're going to go on the ride of your life. If you just do what I'm asking for, and you get with your underwriters, do a Google search of REIA groups in your area. Call them and ask them the above what-if questions. Now, I can give you the script on what-if questions. Then set an appointment to talk before their next meetings. Do the same with real estate agents. They always have a meeting at least once a week. In a real estate office, every real estate office has a meeting at least once a week or once a month. Then set up an appointment to talk before their meetings or before their next real estate meeting. But you said this is your flagship program. What if the investors don't qualify because of their credit? Many won't. However, we can solve that too. Introducing the credit sterilization, 14 days to a completely clean credit report. Let me introduce you to Robert. Robert's been fighting with the credit bureaus for 2 years. He's tried credit repair companies. Everyone knows they never work. He tried credit restoration companies, but they take so long, 3 to 6 months. Then he heard about credit sterilization. In 14 days, he went from a train wreck to perfectly clean credit report. 0 present negatives, 0 past negatives, and only 2 inquiries, even after much loan shopping. He probably had 32 inquiries, and now he only has 2. Here is Robert's, right up here, his actual credit report. We don't have his last name showing for privacy reasons. He got 92-point gain to give him a 750. He got 129-point gain to give him 756. He got a 62-point gain to give him 756. This guy is ready to do business. He can go anywhere he wants now and get a loan. With our regular business program, it takes a 680 or above. This is another client. They needed a 680, they didn't have it. Now they got a 769, 154-point gain, they qualify. Here is the Experian, 716, 617, now 765, 148-point gain. TransUnion, 578, he doesn't qualify. Over here, 785, 207 point, they qualify right down the line. This is what our credit sterilization program is doing for people. And how long did all this take? 14 days. Must be very expensive, you say? No, in some cases, we can roll it into the loan. Actually, in most cases, we're going to roll it into the loan. Today, I was talking with a funding source, a different source than we normally use, and talking about building it right into their funding so that when they come out of this end of the funnel and they're ready to go for the loan, they go right into the loan after being in process 5 days. They go right into the loan, and they can literally come out of the loan and be billed from the money that we get for them. Be billed for the money that we get for them. There are tables set up in the back of the room. It only takes a minute to get pre-qualified for 125% funding, or take advantage of our credit sterilization program. And here's the deal. This is a win-win-win for everyone. The buyer buys the building. The seller sells the building. And we get paid. Submit your deals in your agent portal under the Input Leads tab. Be very specific about the description and what you're trying to do. Get with your dedicated underwriter to work out the details of your deals. Remember, our associates are at the back of the room waiting to get you pre-qualified. Thank you. I did that whole thing in a little bit more than 10 minutes. That was 2 presentations. That was last week's presentation and this week's presentation. So, do we have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Nikki, thank you so much for the business cards. Nikki will make those business cards for you. You can bring them to Vistaprint or any place to get them printed up cheaply. She'll make the card for you. All she's asking for is a donation. Also, the credit sterilization. If you just give her a donation on the credit sterilization, she can make it in your name, and she can also make the business cards in your name. What does anybody think about the business cards?
I think they came out really nice, Nikki. You did a wonderful job.
Thanks, Michelle.
You're welcome.
They're really great. Mine are on the way.
Oh, awesome.
And at Vistaprint, it was basically $10 in shipping for 500 cards.
Wow.
I did the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vistaprint.
Beautiful, Nikki. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Hi, Alice.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, well, now you're hearing all of the underwriters thanking Nikki for the cards. Each one of those voices was an underwriter's voice. And so I want you to get with your underwriters. I want you to put their feet to the fire. Make them earn their money. Make them work with you and bring you deals. Whether you think the deal will fly or even if you don't think the deal will fly, bring it to your underwriters. Let them do their magic on it and let them get you paid, because that's what makes this whole thing work. We want everyone to get paid as soon as possible.
Nikki, do you have a suggested minimum donation? And could you just really quickly explain why a donation?
Yeah, because it's my time and my skills. That's for one reason. I customize all of them. I can send them in a JPEG or in a publisher where I make them. And I don't really want to put an amount. I've received $50 before, I've received 100, and I've received 10 or less. So, it's whatever value one places on the business that those are going to generate for you.
Hey, Nikki, can you put your email address in? Somebody's asking about cards in the chat. Could you put your email address in the chat and they can contact you?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, love.
You're welcome.
Frank, can we see one online? What do they look like?
What have you been sleeping?
Yeah.
I figured. Okay. Yes, you can see one online. Come on. Yep. There you go. That's what my business card looks like. And I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, you gotta slow down so we can look at it. That's a beautiful card.
Thank you. Yours will look just like that if you want one. I just need your agent number when you write me, your phone number, anything you want for contact information. I have Frank's Skype on there, his email, and the website link. So if you want anything changed on it, except for the Easy Financer group, let me know.
And the beautiful part about this is we're not placating the company we're not placating finance agents. So if we bring in deals, funding sources from other sources other than finance agents. We don't need to be chained to finance agents. We are free to use the 36 years of experience that I have and the 36 years of relationships that I've created. The credit sterilization program, again, this is in flux right now. And for example, here she's talking about $2,500 total. This may change. We may not show the fee exactly. Again, because of the government shutdown, we ended up getting a humongous backlog of people. And now that the government's working, it's going to take more than 14 days. So if you wanted to get pushed to the front of the line, or if you've got something that you absolutely have to get funded right away quick, you can put down as much as a quarter or a half. You can put down as much as a quarter or a half of the total, and they will push you right to the front of the line and put you in the same day, so that yours will come back out in 14 days.
Yeah, and may I interject, Frank, that if you do want to have the payment plan to get your file rushed, please contact me. Okay, that's all.
That's good. All right. Well, I'm glad. Anyone have any other questions about anything that I said? Or
hey, Frank, I put in chat a website for everyone. It's nationalreia.org. And they can find out all the meetings if they just log on to that site. So I put it in the chat of this call.